I never deny. Yeah, I told you I would never fold, even in the cold. I never lose my hope, back against the ropes. The sun's flower from the concrete is where I rose. It's just perspective, ain't no location for highs and lows. I can't believe the lie no more, the truth is in my soul. Holy Spirit, hold my pen, I'm writing with a ghost. The war's on, my hands are up, I'm fighting on 10 toes. I ain't come this far, fight this hard to make myself known. And I can't switch sides no more, the focus in the road, yo. And I'm trying to eat, yo. My plate garnished with goals. I keep my faith to Yahweh, keep subscribing to.
Morning. Okay, so warrant stuff, more warrant stuff coming out. Okay, let's see what we've got. We'll go through the article and then have a little talk about it. So let's see. Seems to be something very kooky with the YouTube. YouTube not very happy with me anymore. Wonder why that is. Don't know. Don't seem to like that. Bush baby, Kendall, what's going on? How's it going? I'm now live on YouTube. Okay, thank you. Good. Now, warrants. Judge to consider release of more details in Nova Scotia court documents. There are 1,950 redactions in 7 court documents related to search warrants. Here we got, of course, the great photo, where they're stomping all over the evidence. Of course, they've already wrapped up the crime scene by this point, right? That was 13 hours cleanup time for a double homicide, including their own family member being the RCMP. Mr. Weber, arson, vehicular accident. Could do it all in 13 hours. This is the crime scene cleanup. Pretty great with the rakes and the shovels and the crawling around. Anyway, moving along. In a closed hearing today, closed hearing, good, always closed, a judge and the Crown prosecutors representing the RCMP against the people are expected to begin questioning investigators involved in Nova Scotia shootings as part of the CBC's application to unseal warrants in the case. This is from Elizabeth McMillan. I'll stop there. Elizabeth McMillan has put out some good stuff, but she's done some interesting things too. I don't know whether that's CBC doing that to her. 22 people died April 1819 when 51-year-old denturist went on a killing rampage in rural Nova Scotia over about 13-hour span. More than 150 kilometers, he gunned down neighbors and strangers, torched homes, and shot pets. Police shot and killed the man in Enfield after a lengthy search. In the days that followed, investigators sought approval to search for evidence on the gunman's properties in Nova Scotia, Dartmouth, Portapique, as well as vehicles, electronic devices, the phone, the black Samsung, which of course he didn't have a phone, and her phone was destroyed, and then it was probably burned up in the fire, but there's a phone somewhere in a locker from the RCMP, Samsung, black. What's that? Justice of the Peace agreed to seal the applications as well as documents related to the RCMP. We're searching and what they found. The Mounties have obtained 23 authorizations in the case following the application launched by the CBC. Judge Laurel Halfpenny Macquarie, this name apparently very important down in or prominent family. Oh, good. People are actually tuning in. Yesterday, I think the dinging or something, the notification is having problems. Agreed to, so if those of you who do want notifications, do make sure that your bell is dinged. If you don't, then yeah. Agreed to release parts of 7 of them in May. Now, I was just speaking with somebody in the media, and I asked them, do you have any reason or understanding as to why Halfpenny Macquarie came in, Justice Halfpenny Macquarie, and replaced Al Began? Al Bagan, who was like, want the warrants now, you can't keep them from the people. It's incumbent upon you to prove to me why these warrants can't be issued to the public. But then Al Bagan's removed or disappears. In comes Halfpenny Macquarie. And this gets into a little bit of the tinfoil stuff. I would say anybody who wants to go and look up Northumberland Investments, the company that's rarely spoken of, you'll see something on the parties listed as the board of directors. Anyway, just saying could be a funny coincidence, but I'll leave it there. Those documents revealed people told investigators that the gunman was paranoid, had a history of abuse, and recently stockpiled gasoline. One person described him as a psychopath. Of course, this is all admissible into a court of law, don't you know? That person was, of course, trained as a psychiatrist or psychologist. They can diagnose somebody. No, sorry, you can't. Oops, forgot about that one. Here we go, the nice demolished scene. We had the bulldozers come in and wreck that, along with every single other crime scene. Quick cleanup, 13 hours. Gina Goulet's place done in, 11 hours? At the maximum. You had the backhoes up in Wentworth. You had the bulldozers coming down, totaling everything down in Portapique. Yeah, I don't know about this stuff. And anybody who knows anything about the cleanup scene down in Enfield, I'd be very interested to know how long that investigation, how long Enfield was closed off for. That's a fairly serious one because that's a police-involved shooting of a civilian. How long did it take them to clean that up? Probably with the signs down on the ground, and blue running in the scene, and stand on the door. Very convenient. All the press are there. Lots of RCMP. One tactical unit. This is actually from Macmillan. I've explained that before. Macmillan. You look at the Wikipedia. Sorry, I'm getting off track here, but I know lots of people do not have chances to watch, nor do I expect that, all 17 gazillion hours of streaming, even though you're all super, super, super good people. Now, okay. Nova Scotia shooting attacks. Here we go into Wikipedia. Maybe they haven't cleaned it. I don't know. I already did archive it a long time ago. But if they do decide to, let's see here. Finally, over 13 hours after police began pursuing him, Wortman stopped to refuel at the Irving Big Stop service area, Enfield, 92 kilometers south of Portapique, 40 kilometers north of Halifax. At least one RCMP officer was already there to fill up on gas and recognized Wortman and fatally shot him. Footnote 46. 46. Okay, let's see what that is. Bert should have the fill up, right? That's what it's referring to. Sorry if I'm being repetitive, but those of you who have not witnessed this, this is what I'm talking about. Very, very important to archive articles. Please, all I ask you to do is archive, well, amongst, I guess, a bevy of other things, but nothing substantial. Go to archive.is. You can get little things, whatever, doohickeys to put on your extensions and all that nonsense, to archive articles because it's very useful. We have no fill-up mentioned here. That dinging sound you heard, that means it wasn't there when I do a search down here, fill. Now you go to the archived article. Let's take the Elizabeth Macmillan article, just saying. Boom, let's drop it in here because I archived this article. So I know, boom. Now, here we go. Elizabeth McMillan, same article, right? Yeah, just very early on. Fill up. Oh, there we go. Isn't that funny? There it is. When the gunman stopped at the Irving Big Stop station to fill up, emergency response police officers and K9 officer were already there refueling an unmarked vehicle. It was one of those officers who shot and killed the gunman, according to sources. Well, you see, this is like the road that I was talking about yesterday that leads to nowhere. Why would you remove information? Usually you add more. You don't remove it, unless that's called censorship. Moving along, back to our handy-dandy article. Crown must prove redactions not necessary, lawyer says. Yes, they must. Why? Because warrants are your property owned by the people. You, Stan, DC. What else do we have in here? Kendall, Grinder, Lynn, Grey Alf, Craig, Francis, Bush Baby, Mike. You guys all own these warrants. You own them, just like you own the RCMP. You own their ass. Well, the Crown sits there, which is you own them too. They fight you. This is illogical. No, it's not logical. In some cases it is, but we'll get into those. Crown must prove redactions necessary, lawyer says. This week in Port Hawkesbury Provincial Court, Halfpenny Macquarie is scheduled to consider whether redacted sections of 5 search warrants and 2 production orders should be released to the public. This is the very preliminary release, and even those, of course, we know what those look like, right? Don't you know? How many fucking pages of this garbage do I have? You know, just it's nothing but blacked out garbage every which way from Sunday. Oh, sorry, we can't tell you this, we can't tell you that. Look at these things. Look at this. Look at that. For a dead man. Making sense to you yet, Bert? No, of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Their arguments, we'll get into some of those, are, again, illogical and contradictory. Gray cells, very important. Blacked out sections, though some of them are repetitive, there's 1,950 redactions. And this is just in the 7 that they've released. Just in the 7. Okay, the blacked out sections include much information on the shooter's common law partner gave to police. Common law partner. Remember, it's actually just speaking to this person in the media and saying how, you remember how in the press conference, one of them, that it was very difficult for them to answer questions as regards to burnings and shootings and the girlfriend in French toward the end. They had to have powwows constantly, dirt powwows, you know, the dirt person I speak of. The blacked out sections, details witness statements on the caliber of firearms used in the attack. Very important what kinds of guns were used. I think that may come to pass. Just saying. That's an intentional cough. RCMP requested authorization to search gunman's property for things such as human remains, documents, firearms, surveillance systems, and chemicals. 2 items on the list have been consistently redacted. This is one of them is the grenades, according to Paul Palango, right? Great article the other day. If anybody hasn't read it, please do. Super article, and many of the things that we've been talking about for a long time are in there. And in fact, one of the sources for sure I'm aware of, possibly is in there. Now, quote, the issue of this court becomes, how do I adhere to the principle of open court while balancing the need to protect confidential and or privileged information, said Halfpenny Macquarie. Well, this part, confidential and privileged. RCMP don't really have privilege. You have privilege. You know that? Victims' families have privilege. Just like the autopsies that had to be released by Nova Scotia law according to Fatal Injuries Act. Oops. No, don't have to do that. There's no law abiding here by any of these people. Halifax lawyer David Coles said an open court principle means the Crowns have to show the redaction is necessary. Yes, you have to prove it. It's incumbent upon you, the Crown, the people, to say, no, we can't say that. Not stuff like how many times, this is one of the most infuriating ones, is how many times we have Officer Morrison being shot. Very sketchy on that one. Look deeper on that. Who would redact that? Does that protect anything? Does that protect any? No, sorry, it doesn't. Doesn't do anything. He's a representative of the people, by the way, before somebody hits me with, it protects his privilege, his privacy. No, he's a public employee. He is representing the CBC, this is David Coles, and 7 other media outlets that have joined CBC's application. Post Media, vomit, Canadian Press, Globe Mail, CTV, Global, this is all just basically, and Saltwire, Halifax Examiner, Tim Bousquet. I have a lot of respect for these smaller town newspapers now, not these gigantic media conglomerate indoctrination facilities. Quote, our position in the courts are presumed to be open because it's People's Court. Not the name of the show, it is actually the People's Court. And that's what gives the confidence from the people in the court system is working properly, because they can weigh and see the evidence for themselves. Anything that's ever read into court is public domain. Divorce court, wills, estates, evidence, whatever, you can go and get it if you want. Just have to request it, because it's people's information. Quote, if the Crowns want to keep the identities of the people confidential or want to argue revealing information will compromise the investigation, they have to establish that on the evidence. It's incumbent upon the Crown to prove it. Like that principle, innocent till proven guilty. It's the same thing. You have to give it to us, and then you have to prove why not. Not that you just don't give it and then you say, well, here, you have to fight for it. And this is always the way the RCMP do things. Look at Quebec Mosque shooting. And the same procedure. This is the way they go about things. They just fight in court, waste all of our taxpayer dollars, which was a point I was trying to make the other night. I know I shiny things and I go all over the place because my mind just does that, right? Just like lots of stuff going on all the time. The $550,000 fine that Mr. Palango referred to from the Labor Code findings against the Moncton shootings against the RCMP. Well, who's getting fined? Do you think that's the RCMP pension? No. That's the RCMP, who is an entity of the federal government, which means you're paying for it. So do you think they frankly care if they get a $550,000 penalty or a $5 million penalty? No, they don't care. Doesn't matter. It's no skin off their back. Just throw it onto the debt. Very important to do that. Debt is the name of the game. Burden, well, part of it is much more sad than that. Burden is always with them. The burden is always with them. Try to help people understand the legal system. Lots of people don't, but this is why this is there. These are checks and balances that we have. You have our executive, which is to pass laws Courts are to interpret them, and then law enforcement are to enforce them. That's your property. Otherwise, it is to be released and open to the public. 100% true, Mr. David Coles. Just giving you a little briefer. He's giving you a little briefer on how the law works. Crown argued material should be sealed for 6 months. This is the maximum allowable amount that they can go for at this point in time. But I guarantee you, they're going to try for something else because they don't want you to see any of this information. Okay? Provincial Crown prosecutors are representing the interests of the RCMP, who is what? The interest of you. And the Provincial Police Watchdog Agency, CERT. The shit, we've spoken about the shit. Shit is involved here too. I don't believe I was aware of shit being involved in the warrant stuff until this day. But they are, which has been tasked force investigating gunman Gabriel Workman's death. Right? Anybody who has any information on Enfield, please let me know. I'd like to know how long it took them to investigate that. How long was the facility closed? In submissions filed, oh ding ding, what is that? In ding ding ding. That's my that's my phone that's been destroyed that I never had. That's actually in an RCMP locker, dinging in the background, but it doesn't exist because it's gone. Right. By the way, she had an Apple phone, so oops. What phone is this? The Samsung phone. I don't think I've spoken about that before. In submissions filed with the court last month, Provincial Court Crown Attorneys Mark Rahima, your employee, and Shauna McDonald, your employee, said that material sealed to protect the investigation, your investigation, included models of guns and the killer used, should remain sealed for 6 months. Excuse me, why? Why does it matter? Are guns secret? Apparently not. You can plan slingshots. You can do all kinds of other things. No. Guns are to remain secret if they're in the hands of people who work with badges. Anyway, moving along. That's speculation on my part, and I'm being heavily sarcastic. They also argued that but I'm also being truthful, revealing the names of people who spoke to the police would threaten the privacy, hello Steve, by the way, their privacy, and disclosing some details, such as whether someone died by gunshot or fire. Remember we just were speaking about that? The crazy powwows that Derp were having, and who was it? Was it Leather? Yeah, it was Leather, or was it Campbell? I'm going to have to find that quote. Got it somewhere. Where they're getting asked by the press, how many people died by gunshot? How many died by fire? They were able to answer it in English. When it was asked to them in French, there was a lot of problems, back and forth. Couldn't really answer the question, and then also thrown in there was the girlfriend. Why do you need to? You don't know? You know who doesn't know is the families. None of the families. Zero of the families know how their relatives died. Does that seem right? Contrary to Nova Scotia law, by the way. Oops, law breaking. Our law enforcement agencies, the people, the Crown, are breaking the law. Habeas corpus. Boom. As soon as that was said to them, they shit their pants. Doesn't add the media's ability to explain the situation, but has the potential to cause the surviving family members. The mention of habeas corpus, that's a reference to the inside thing. People know who that are aware of what I'm talking about, and they all started to act a little bit shitty in their pants. The Crowns asked for details that would protect the interests of innocent persons, remain sealed permanently. Permanent. Canadian courts have to come up with different processes on how to handle unsealing application. For this one, Halfpenny Macquarie determined that on Monday and Tuesday, in proceedings that were what? Closed to the public and the media. Oh, they all had autopsies. Oh, most certainly they did, Steve. Yep. And they were confirmed that they had them. So, but they were told that they cannot get them because of the RCMP. Now, yes, cremated. Many people cremated. Very unfortunate. Did not put a habeas corpus on those bodies using that principle in law. Very good. Anyways, as the judge sealed and closed the public and media. Who's fighting for these warrants again, by the way? Oh, that's the media, apparently. Right? So they are not allowed to participate in their own trial. Why? You know who gets to see it? These two lawyers, the judge, and David Coles. But I don't know how much David Coles even gets to see. This is questionable, as the judge will be evaluating whether the Crown can establish redactions, protect privileged information, and release information that could harm investigations. Does the number of bullets, number of shots fired into Mr. Morrison, does that have any bearing on anything? Does that protect his privilege? Does that protect any kind of investigation? Absolutely not. We're talking about dead man, right? Or are we? Perhaps this is something else that they don't want you to know. Oh, there's the bulldozed site with the one car that they left for the photo op, right? How many cars did he own? Where are they all? Just like Mr. Palango's article spoke of, we've asked for a long time. Where are the extra cars? Where did they all disappear to? Mr. Palango's article refers to, I believe it's Truro. Is it Truro or Amherst? Truro, I think. Gets informed of right away. Well, F-150. Oh, now we're talking about was it the SUV? Yeah. So we're missing three cruisers. I believe one, I heard, funnily enough, got returned to the dental clinic in the garage in the night, and that's not been confirmed with hard evidence, but that would make two. Where are the other two cruisers? Right? Where are they? The undercover ones. Where's the black or the dark green Jeep? Where's the F-150? Missing. Strange. But they've got one there for you. Even though they sent in the flatbeds to go and pick up vehicles. Looked like. Why did they not pick up a burned out car? Oh, because it looks good. Gotta have the photo op, right? Burned out bulldozed remains of shooter's home. Judge Crown can question investigators. The judge and the Crown, the people who are fighting to keep it, can question the investigators. Interesting. Well, the judge. But what about David Coles? The one who's actually fighting for it. Is he not allowed to question? What kind of trial is this? The judge and prosecutors will be able to question RCMP Sergeant Angela Howerluck, who apparently lives in, Lance? But she doesn't know where exit 9. She doesn't know where her own officer is shot because she's confused about where things are. She lives there. Sketchy, beyond sketchy. Very, very misleading information in their warrants. And Keith Stoddard, the investigator with the Nova Scotia Serious Incidents Response Team, Howerlock, who has been a Mountie for 28 years, doing undercover work with biker gangs, drugs, and then suddenly he's a warrants person. You know, just kind of transfers over there. Officer of the Year. I think it was it last year or the year before? Maybe it was 2017. Officer of the Year, Howerlock, for Nova Scotia. Mm-hmm. Howerlock has been a Mountie for 28 years, authored the RCMP applications and search warrants, outlined information she gathered to support them. I guess she just doesn't know where she lives, because she doesn't know where Exit 9 is. Highway 2, near the AHS station. Because by the time she swore those warrants out, Mr. Morrison was long out of the hospital. I believe that they could have spoken to him. But funnily enough, they had a problem ascertaining exactly where he lived. So she swore out something that either is true or is untrue. Which is it? Was it at the Shube or was it down in Milford? She swore it was in Milford. That's a crime if you swear to something and it's not true. That's called perjury. As part of the Crown's case, Howerlock swore an affidavit on June 25th. What day was Mr. Morrison released from hospital? The very next day. With the, the wonderful little caravan, and you had the professional photographer come in there, whose video was removed from Daily Mail of him, because there was video. Can't show that though. Oh, but that officer who shot in the foot. Let's see, who's that? Let's see. The very next day. Oh, thank you to who sent this to me. The very next day. Not shot in the foot. Who's the officer shot in the foot? Don't want to tell you. Much of it relates to the information the RCMP uncovered in their investigation into the shootings. The very quick investigations, 13 hours, 11 hours, bulldozers, backhoes. That's the investigation. Oh, yes. We could even throw up the picture that she's got in the top of this article. How about that? Let's make sure I know where I am here. How about this? You call this CSI? Look at them stomping all over the place. Do these people look like CSI? No, they look like carpet cleaners or linoleum cleaners, gardeners. Looking for something. Very important. What went down in the ditch? Big Blue. Much of it relates to the information the RCMP uncovered in their investigating the shootings, and those sections were blacked out. The People's Investigations blacked out. The People's Court doesn't want to release them. They want to fight the people. The people are fighting the people. Does this make sense? No. That's illogical arguments. Howerlock stated the investigation was focused on what the understanding of the gunman's actions, quote, as well as individuals who have rendered assistance to him before or after during these events. This is very important. They use this bullshit line of reasoning because they say to you, well, hold on a second here. We're conducting investigations. But by the way, nobody's going to get charged. Nobody's going to get charged. We know who supplied the uniforms. Plural. According to RCMP, supplied the uniforms to him. Could that be a stores officer? Could it? Halifax Regional Police uniform and badge. Badge, car, multiple uniforms. Sounds like, I don't know, make your own assumptions. But if you don't charge anybody, then you never have to have a trial. If you don't have a trial, nothing comes out. Like Mr. Besnett pleading guilty. She said prematurely releasing information could harm the case. What case? What case? Dead man tell no tales. Dead man tell no tales. Do 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 do. I gotta put that playlist up from Newfoundland, right? Dawn Dunphy inquiry, just so everybody has great faith in the inquiry system, where it's openly proven lying. RCMP on the stage or on the stand. RCMP lying after the fact about the shit investigation from Alberta, and that they did everything by the book. Oh, we had failed cameras. Oh, that's just a technical error. Sorry about that. But we didn't also take notes, of the suspect. I'm sorry about that, because the suspect was a police officer. Yeah, we just kind of helped him out, just like the RCMP officer, contacted Mr. Smythe, Constable Smythe. Hey, how's it going? Just want to check in you, see how you're doing. Quote, if other suspects, witnesses, or targets yet unknown to the investigation are made aware of the direction of the investigation, they may flee destroyed evidence, attempt to influence other witnesses, the document said. Balls. Got to keep the investigation going, because it's an investigation that'll never close. It's going to be one of those open cases. Then we can just not ever give you any information. Keith Stoddart, the shit investigator. Keith Stoddart, I'm sure, who is, let's have a little plug on him and see if we can come up with something. Oh, there he is. With the shit. Do you think raped twice by the same cop? That looks good. There's all kinds of yummy things brewing around with the police. Ooh. Yuck. Just yuck. Oh, but don't worry about it. They're back to work. This is what they do. I'm sure. Actually, no, I think if it's probably published, they probably actually charged the man, did they? Oh my. Elizabeth was raped not once, but twice by the same man, cop in Halifax police. Both incidents, the officer was off duty. Well, I'm glad he wasn't raping her in her uniform. Or in his uniform. That's real nice of him. He wasn't role-playing, doing his stuff. Just a rapist. Nothing to fear here. Nothing to fear. We employ rapists, cowards. Then we put them back to work when they shoot up fire halls and hide in the woods. Or we put them on medical leave for years and years and years. That case that I ran through. Very good case. The shit investigator who was examining circumstances of Wortman's death said the details in search warrant documents could interfere with his work as well. Do you think Keith Stoddart is an RCMP officer? I have a feeling he may be former RCMP. Former RCMP. Let's just see. Oh, here we go. We got the name. This is interesting. I don't think I had a list of names before. Oh, Mark Furry. Of course, he's RCMP, right? Mark Furry? The guy who's like, oh yeah, we'll set up something, kind of, where we don't have to really tell the truth. Don't worry about that. Mark Furry, high school education. Let's find Stoddart. Oh. Let me spell his name. How does his name spelled? Stothart. Okay, here we go. Felix Cashillon. This is good. So now we actually have, I'm going to take a picture of this. because now we actually have names of who's in the chat. I don't believe I was aware of them before. Thank you. Okay, so yes, he would be former RCMP. Remember how we broke down who the shit was before? The civilian investigators are RCMP with 33 years of experience. Keith Stothard, shit, RCMP, is saying, well, you know, it might compromise our investigation. Funny that. Vomit! Sorry. Examining the circumstances of Wortman's death. Again, please let me know if you know anything. Federal prosecutors are representing Canada's Border Service Agency. Here we go with these people now. We got to get more in here. Which involved, as police are believed that 3 of the firearms issued the government came from into Canada legally came from the U.S. However, no one from the agency filed an affidavit. And the agency won't be opposing the release of the redacted information for the first 7 warrants. Interesting. They are not going to fight it. Two of RCMP, 2 uncles RCMP. One who had to leave the job early because he didn't like to do his investigations, apparently. Didn't like to close cases. This is what he did. Now, let's have a boo at what rifles is it that the RCMP use? C4, is it C4 carbines? Or carbines? Is that what they're using? Somebody tell me in the chat, please. I can't remember what it is. RCMP. C7s? RCMP to get C8s. Okay. C8. C8. Okay. C8. Now, where is the C8, do you think, produced? Do you think it's made in Canada? Anybody in the chat know where this rifle is made? Do you think it might be made in the United States? Do you think then they're kind of telling the truth when they say it comes from the United States? Oh no, Steve, don't say that. Boom, 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 boom. 2 uncles. Thank you, Dawn. Now, is it made in the USA, DC? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's multiple versions of it, right? Isn't there? Do you think RCMP weapons are issued? Oh, good. That's wonderful. Probably made in China. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So there's some of this stuff in here I can't really touch. Elizabeth McMillan. Elizabeth McMillan also did this interview. Let's see that. I thought that was rather interesting because somebody kindly pointed out. Sorry, I wish I could give credit where credit is due. I try to remember, but definitely not me, right? I mean, I do find a fair amount of things, but not lots of stuff because, of course, what do we have? Which I'm now back in. The wonderful 200-plus member now investigative team working hard. Steve and Adrian had a super meeting the other day, super meeting on the Zoom, which I'm hoping we can just organize kind of at least on a weekly basis get a bunch more people in there. 17 of you guys came out. Awesome stuff. I couldn't listen to it. I'm sorry, because my name was mentioned and it just kind of made me feel ill. But 17 of you guys came forward and participated in a round table, which is really awesome, because that way we can get kind of some key points, some key discoveries that people find. Somebody can maybe take some notes, and we can have some stuff. I heard there was some things to do with lots of things to do with kids, but still, if you kind of find your tips for the week, and then that way we can put them together. So the information for that is below. Please join. You have great brains. This is what God gifted you with. Even if you don't believe in God, fair enough. Somebody or something, nature, somehow, whatever, gifted you with a brain, and it's fantastic. Why not use it? Because the people are fighting the people in the court, which clearly isn't a lot of brain, right? That's actually kind of a counterintuitive logic argument. Fails on the onset. That would be first year logic. It would absolutely be demolished. So I just wanted to bring you up to speed on that. This road thing bothers me. I spoke about that yesterday. I have problems with this road. I don't know when this image was taken, and I tried to study when. I think it's rather new, though. Let's see if we have properties. Oh. Well, we do have Mr. Wardman's property on here. Funny. Here's the 2 police cars in this case, lined up. Oh, we've got some stuff over here too. Oh, another 2 over at the warehouse. Some things. Oh, what's across the road? Does it look like another RCMP car? Got a lot of RCMP in the area. Isn't that funny? Now this road doesn't lead to anywhere. But look at how shitty it is up at the top. Somebody kindly messaged me today and said, "Oh, this road is garbage." You have a shitty road, right? Because that's the way the logic works. That's the way the logic works. You have a shitty road, which leads to a good road, which leads to nothing, right? Imagine you with your Honda Civic driving down this road. You want to go on the Browns Loop. Now you want to go down here. Okay, well, it's really shitty. You can't really pass it. But where you want to go is over here, where it's super awesome. Does that make sense? No. Because there's no way to access this other than the beach, and it doesn't go anywhere. What the fuck, man? It's not going to any properties, nothing. It's just a cut line, and it's got a nice little road running down it. Does that make sense to you? But I'm hoping to get some little bit more feedback on that. But I think YouTube kind of pooped that video yesterday. I'm very glad to see that the number of people getting notified. Again, you can ding that stupid bell. People tell me it doesn't matter anyway, but I don't know. And if you feel like throwing a thumb up or whatever, that's good too, I guess. Whatever. But the RCMP are going to, like, you can literally see it from space here. Look at how great the road is down here, and you can hardly see it from here because it's crap. It's crap. Indo Blue 82's video kind of showed a little bit of that, and I think there's a couple of other videos out there that show that. And I've gotten some video of, I really wanted to get video of this. I have for a long time. Somebody did go down there and they kind of did some video here, and they also drove on it, but it was taken from I don't know. I couldn't understand. It was being filmed up the back of the car or something. I haven't inquired out what that is or what that means. Gosh, it looks like there's almost a police car here too. Another white car. What's going on here? Reverse image shirt 10i. 10i is good. Tool. When the cell streams, it's hard to remember the thumbs up. There's a lot to take in. Oh, well. Sorry, I don't mean to dump too much stuff. But our theories are coming true, right? Like, honestly. Things that we've been saying forever on lots of stuff. You stream up to 2 devices. More soon. How many times do you need to listen to it? DC? 8 versions of the C8. Okay, thank you. Just guessing, I will open my laptop and search. I ran C9 and C7 on the reserves. Okay, so we're going somewhere in between Stan. But Stan has fired like type guns. Thank you for your service, Stan. Awesome. Even though you're probably fighting other people's wars, which is very sad, but we won't touch that one today. My comments get removed from YouTube sometimes. They don't like certain that I know certain things and share them. Haha. I find ways through. Good for you. Yes. They censor my own comments on my own channels, which is awesome. Colt went tits up in the U.S. because Sandy Hook case, but still run strong in Canada. Okay, so these are Canadian weapons then, Stan? Canadian Military Industrial Academic System. I've never heard of that. I'm learning stuff all the time. 37 watching. Oh, hey, my friend Tara, good Tara, our friend. The reason this all started, right? Started with 1, then there were 5, and then it just grew from there. And now there's what? 12, 13, 203. Get a little bit of promotions here and there over on Rick Howe Show. I just like, what? What do you keep saying? That our channel over here, that's very nice. Halfpenny's connected to Basso case. Ooh, which is connected to Burnett case. Colt Canada Corporation as of 20. Okay, Kendall, whatever you are mentioning here, I'm not aware of. I'll try and punch it up here preliminarily, and then what time is it? 9:30. I got some volunteering I got to do. This is what I do. I do this and then I volunteer. The Basso case. Can you fill us in while I'm typing extra slow because of my awesome tech skills? Halfpenny Macquarie, because you'll know what's going on. No, I don't want to inspect articles. Screw you. That's a mistake on my part. Macquarie. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. Maybe not married then? Is that possible? I'm not coming up with anything. Basso. I've never heard of this case, so I'm curious. Nothing. Which is connected to the Burnett case. As of 2015, Colt Canada. That sounds very interesting. Anybody who has tips, down there, right? Nova Scotia NS investigators at shitemail.com, whatever. And you have the, of course, the Discord, and then I've got the twatters, which you can message me on, but again, you have to give me a little bit of time and patience because I don't often remember everything. Have a great week, everyone. We will win in the end. Great. Okay. Have to go. Have a super day. Have a super, super day, Maya. And, yeah, God's with you. God's with us all. Keep praying. They're being lied to from birth. Basso assault of a homeless man, but was originally charged with missing coke in Burnett case. Burnett, okay, yeah. He's the sergeant, right? Who had the 10 kilos of coke. Oh. Somebody, Steve, maybe if Steve, are you still here? In the Steve Skinner case. Okay, Kendall, is it possible? Are you on the docs cord here with us? Over here on the super duper docs cord thing? Yes, from Enfield. Awesome. Love my Nova Scotia friends. I'm going to come down there and visit you one day. Promise. I'm going to have to buy some beer. I don't drink, but you all can have a few. Later, Maya. Have a good day. Please. What is your docs cord? I believe the information is located in the stuff below, the things that nobody ever reads. There's a link, I think there. Should work. We welcome anybody and everybody over there, including the RCMP, Smurfs, and stuff like that. I don't censor. I don't like people censoring. Sometimes people say things that are unfortunate, but, I figure they get weeded out because good brains just see it and they're just like, okay, disregard. I'm very sorry about that. I do need to reiterate that I apologize terribly for any kind of infighting or any of this stuff that I may have been a part, like, cause of. I'll take responsibility for that. But honestly, please don't, because this is not about, some stupid goof in Calgary. Misfits, what's up? Are you on the docs cord, Kendall? Smurf Muppets, come on. Yes, we have a channel dedicated. I set up for the Smurfs. They can go and hide in there and do their fun stuff. Where's that? Smurf. Yes, here we go. Smurf disinfo for good people, aka RCMP channel. Okay? So any Smurfs, you guys can hang out in here and do your fun stuff. I don't know what that entails. It might involve Fidos, fuck it and drive on type stuff, and talking about your big guns and lack of going into things. I do, honestly, feel for RCMP agents or undercovers or whatever. Sorry, I'm not meaning that. I do feel for the RCMP, but this is a job that you signed up for. You swore an oath. When you give your word is bond. That's what I learned. Irrespective of what adversities you face or if people dislike you. Trust me, I know. But when you give your word, you try your level best to keep it. Always. You don't hide in bushes with flashlights and lie to people and break your word all the time, because you're not worth shit then. Nobody cares about you. Nobody should care about you, but this world somehow excuses that kind of behavior. Well, I'm sorry that you're not over there. Can I convince you to come? Maybe. I don't know. I won't cut my hair, I promise. There's nothing I can give you promise you anything, but I'd love to have you join, because you clearly know a bunch of stuff, and I'm very much interested in it. Maybe you're on the twatters, the tweeties. That information is below. Steve's information is below. Those of you who are not, Adrian's information is below. So is Kage's information below. These people have been working real hard. Tara's information is below. Just joined. Awesome. Let's see. Do I get to watch as you joined? There we go. Two wheeling in there. And so is Misfit. Awesome. We got a couple more in here. So now, what are we up to? 205. Booming. Maybe we'll just get a couple more plugs over on the Rick Howe show. That would be pretty awesome. How do I join? Okay, so there's a link down below for the, it says Discord. Let's see. I can download my videos, by the way, now, Steve, the one I was having problems with. It seems to have worked. Let's see here. So, here on the video, on the bottom of it, you see the show more here. You hit that. And if you scroll down, it'll have everybody's great channels that I highly encourage you to go and subscribe to. Super great guys, working hard. Tara, of course, is our good friend here, and she's just super, and she was the one who started it, right? Sadly, it was very sad circumstances how it started, but that's her brother-in-law, her brother and sister-in-law, and her 17-year-old niece. So that was a terrible phone call, and it's been a terrible struggle and stuff for her, but she's really, really strong, even though the RCMP don't like her. So there should be a link that says, oh, why is this? This is early. This is an early video. My apologies. Let's do something more recent. Okay, videos. Oh, look, I'm clapping. I've got to get somebody who's good at doing the thumbnails, so you don't need to look at my ugly face, and maybe somebody who's got some ideas on the titles and all this nice stuff. I'm very non-creative, but if you look down here at the this was a good video, even though I kind of repeated the same points because somehow something very interesting was happening. Please join, donate your great brains, uncover the truth on the Docs Court. Okay, here it is, Discord, right here, this link. Of course, my yellow cursor is not showing up. It's gigantic, it's yellow, and it's a big hand. But this is what you click, and if you click it, it will bring you to launch Discord app. I have the app. You just add it, and then you'll come and join us all in this great room over here, and you can share your thoughts, ideas. Here we go. Oh, I missed my call. Look at this. See? This is awesome. Should I clap some more? So great. So great. You're the first one. Okay. You guys gonna have a little duke out on who joined first? We can do that. Let's save our energy though. Let's save our energy and point it at the right place. We all know where that is, right? That the people, funnily enough. No, it's not. It's at the evil people, the evil trash people. That is a force that is going to be used to subvert you in the future, is already used to subvert Canadians. But the very great police officers, the ones that went in, the ones that are heroes, the ones that more than likely got fired, placed on some kind of leave because they disobeyed orders and went in to save innocent kids. Innocent kids. Yay! I missed my call waiting. I presume that's you. I missed my call, my calling. I missed my calling, not to call you out. Am I doxing you on the dox score? That wouldn't be very good. So we got lots of super people. Everybody in here is really working hard. There's all kinds of little interesting things. Oh, yeah, I should, just kind of give you a rough tour just so that you know. Following orders is most important. Derp. Steve's there, he's got a super channel. He's one of the kingpins. The kingpins. Right? His channel's down below. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to Adrian's channel, Just My Stupid Opinion. Tara's channel, I think she's got it all removed because the RCMP were doing nasty things. People do nasty things. It's very sad. But that's okay. People want to say nasty things, do nasty things. Kingpin. Yeah, Kingpin. It doesn't matter. Just keep seeing it through. You know where you're going. I had to take a little bit of a step back and look at things. But I know. I have to listen to that voice inside. The one that says, am I doing something wrong? No. I'm just looking for truth. I'm sorry if I hurt people or whatever along the way. That's absolutely not my intent. But you see, you got all kinds of little different things in here, and people drop stuff in here. Here's one of our handy warrant. Oh, that's great, eh? How much money has the Canadian taxpayer invested in markers? Markers and court cases. The $550,000 is piss. I'm sure we're spending millions on black markers. Following orders didn't fly so well in Nuremberg. Previous warnings, all kinds of stuff. Over here, what's this one? This is some wild speculation, but the fact that there is undercover homicide detective at his property only a couple of months ago, and the way that he was so hostile to these cops says to me that he might have been under investigation for something. Where is this archived from? Let's have a little boo. Oh, from Frank. Oh, from Car 54. This was a great article. Car 54. Car 54 is going to come up again, I think. I think it's going to come up again. There's something about the date. Certain things I can't say because I have confidences I'm supposed to keep. And to me, my word is a very important one. I like to keep it. I like honesty. I like compassion, and I like morals. But it doesn't mean that you can't kind of breadcrumb other people to looking and then finding certain things. I'm just waiting for one day, DC, just to make sure that I give everyone a chance to make sure that they're fine with it. Okay, so you're talking about the putting up the please cut out any portion with me is all that I ask, if you could. But if you don't, I'll send it down to me. I can edit it. I just don't want to listen to it. It's vile. How about my word is all I have. That's kind of honesty, right? If we return to honesty in this world, can you imagine where we would be at? The deceivers. The deceivers. Not to get off topic, but. So thanks very much to Steve and Adrian for hosting that night. That was super awesome of them to do. And thank you for all of you who came out. Because that's how we're going to do it. We've been doing it. Right? You've been doing it. Okay. How about Morrison being treated at Truro Hospital where no one showed up? Yes, this was an interesting thing. They're like, nobody came to the hospital, but somebody did go to the hospital. Remember the doctor? They're like, no, nobody came. But then, no, somebody did go to the hospital. The EHS recordings proved that they did. I mean, that they're protecting confidentiality by saying somebody didn't go to the hospital. No, that doesn't make sense. Yes, thank you. Help. We need all the help we can. We need all the friends we can. This is why egos and all these things need to put aside. Everything, if we just put those things in a corner, if you don't agree with somebody, I guarantee you, there's certain things that people will absolutely 100% disagree with me on. For sure, vehemently. But I'm going to leave those things alone because there's a bigger target, right? Put that one away for now, and it doesn't ever negate anything that I say just because I have a belief in something else, or you do, right? The truth on this one is what's important, because it helps out people like Tara and families. All right. So thanks, Nova Scotia guy. I really appreciate it. He's a really superstar. Okay, so lots of great people. I hope that you guys all have a super fantastic day. Prayers. God bless you all. For those of you who are believers, for those of you who aren't, great. Everybody's on their journey. I think it's fantastic. But I do hope that everybody does have a fantastic day, and you can just be nice to one another and have a good day. I sound like a puss, If you knew me, Steve was like one day, he said to me, he's like, "Oh, you're so patient." I'm like, "Oh, dude, you have no concept of who I am. Like, honestly, I know you know me, but no patience here. Zero. I don't put up with shit. It's just kind of, what is it my grandfather said? Do not suffer fools." He was worse than me. I guess I learned from the best, though. Anyway, yep. So take care, and any contact information, tips below. Subscribe to those people below. Come over, join us on the Docs Court. Welcome to the 3 of you who came in. Welcome to Misfit and Two Wheelin', and I missed my calling. Awesome. And welcome to anybody, obviously, who has joined and I've missed, because there's plenty of you. I'm sorry that, I just wish there was time enough in a lifetime to say thank you to everybody. But in your heart, what you're doing is awesome. When are we going to break shit? Okay. Not sure what that means. Like, that sounds kind of foul. Are you meaning shit as in shit? The cert? Uh-oh. DC, you turned 2 people off. They just left. 2 people left the building with your comment. My peppery mouth too. Peppery mouth is okay here. I'm sorry to those of you who don't like my language. It's I do apologize. I do get fired up sometimes and use some harsh language. But again, I don't think that negates necessarily what I say. Does it? Does it negate a person because they say something? Truth behold. Behold. I like that. It's like, oh, truth be told, truth behold. That is everything. I'm spreading the word. All I can do, really. Right on, brother. Sister. Brother, sister. Who knows in this world anymore? I think it sounds like a brother, but brothers, sisters, all on the same team. Smash, hockey, stuff, hockey sticks, anything. Smash, stuff, hockey, sticks, anything. Oh. Well, I don't advocate violence. Violence is bad. vent the rage. You can go to the gym, vent your rage through a book. That's why people are rednecks in Alberta, because we read too many books out in the field. That's what my grandmother used to say. Do you also feel that politicians like Lenore Zahn are pushing feminist inquiry to deflect real problems from what? Y'all. This side of this stuff is spooky. To me, it seems a bit of a disinformation campaign, because you want to push all of the information onto what is Wortman. Get away from the RCMP. This is why that Bo Forbes gives me a little bit of concern, cause for concern. Victims' families' voices drown out. Where are they? Where are they? I hear from them periodically. Pretty fantastic when I do. But they're all going through a lot of stuff. And they're getting screwed by the system. The very system which is supposed to protect them, was supposed to protect their family members to begin with. Look at them now. Look at them now. Now they're having to deal with this bullshit over here. This kind of stuff. Like, come on. Fighting warrants. Get out of here. The people, you are fighting yourself. Yay. And these people are your employees. Foul. It's just foul. The system is very wrong. And the media is complicit. They bury things and push things into different things. Who cares about these bullshit stories that they dream up? Like, what is it? Injustice collectors? Like, come on. I have no doubt that this person was slighted. Mr. Wortman was slighted, and all of these, and he was a terrible man, and whatever. I've kind of, that's an obvious conclusion. But injustice collector? Really? You dream up something that's not even in the DSM-5, not a psychological condition. And you try and farm that off on people like they're supposed to believe what you say. You say things that are contradictory time and time again. In the same sentences, almost, you contradict yourself. What was the other? I wanted to show that article again, because somebody found that, and I did start to speak about it. CBC, Gabriel Wortman. Campbell. I don't know how to search the article. I've got it filed away somewhere. Here we go. This one? This article here? Do you see? Here we go. I'll show you another example of how they fuck with things, right? So I read this article live on the air, when basically, well, live that day when it came out, because we were waiting, as the families were all waiting for this lengthy interview that they were told about. Oh, by the way, it might be on Wednesday. RCMP, we're very excited. Please go watch. Oh, well, it might be on tomorrow too. We're not exactly sure because of the length. It's so long. Friday rolls around. They're like, well, you know what? Sorry about that. I did 6 hours. I think it was 6 hours or something fucking retarded, because I was trying to find it. No. What about the families that were sitting there waiting for some answers? No. Can't do that. Friday rolls around. They're like, oh, yeah, the RCMP say to the families, listen, we're sorry about this. It must just be that they're looking for alternative perspectives, and it's CBC's fault. CBC, who is the same people as the Crown, who is the same people as the RCMP, right? That's you. That's you. You're fighting your better half, right? So they say, oh, it's CBC's fault. Don't worry about it. It'll be on a Monday. Meanwhile, all these families have been sitting, waiting for months. No, nothing. Okay, Monday rolls around. We're supposed to get the, quote, lengthy interview. You know what happens? No interview. What we got was Linda McMillan with her article here. And Darren, you know, who sells out his wife down the stream. Or his ex-wife. Anybody who doesn't know about his ex-wife, go and have a little boo. Anyway, she shows how much she stands up for the RCMP. So when I was speaking with somebody on the phone, they said to me, "Oh, listen, by the way, you know, I saw that there was the interview. I saw it. I swear I saw it." I'm like, "Where did you see it?" "Oh, it was in the article." I'm like, "In the article? I know I never saw it in the article." "Oh, no." So they pull it up, and sure enough, I did too. Look what's down here. Oh, bang. 24 days ago, it was done. 24 days ago. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's go back 3 weeks. That would be the Friday, I believe. Or sorry, what day are we on here? What day is it today? Well, today's Monday. Okay, so that would put us 29. Oh, shut it. That's my Samsung phone. That's in an RCMP locker. So that's going to put us back 29 plus. Now we got to do that's 3 days, right? So it's probably like the Friday, right? The interview was done, but this wasn't ever aired. Number one. Number two was only with the CBC. Number three was the same employees as the RCMP. This is just their propaganda wing. And when was this article released? Well, it's not the Friday. This is released on the Monday. So you'd think it would be on there, right? Because if you go to, again, archive.is, please archive your articles. And you enter in this article, because I think I archived it on when we were reading it. So we go down here and we just drop in saved snapshots. You put them up here. You want to save the right there. Or there's little buttons like this archiver and I don't know, Wayback Machine. I've got a couple of them running. You can get them for your phone too. Okay, so here's the original article. Okay. Let's see when it was updated. June 29th, last updated June 29th. This is always an important part to watch, when it was updated. They don't do this all the time now. They put times in them. It's very interesting. What are you doing? Okay, so that means that the video should have been there, right? No, it wasn't there. Wasn't there. Because the interview was done beforehand, obviously, because they were informing the families. Let's go to the bottom. Oh, no video. Isn't that strange? Police car he was constructing. Here we go. See, this is the kind of bullshit. Representative of fallen officers. Okay, so Mr. Wortman hates police, but he also loves them. He wants to build a car for them. He wants to go and shop the parts all over from the various online auctions, which of course sell you cages and radar guns, communications equipment that's encrypted, lights, decals. Mike, the interview with Mike Phillip, right at the beginning, I'm like, this is not, don't call it a replica car. It's a fucking real car, man. Anyway, I won't prattle on because I do. But I do hope that you all have a super day. Nova Scotia citizen. How you doing there? Over on the dock score too. All these good people, Linda. Anyway, take care. God bless. Be good to one another. We'll talk again soon.